Dear friends, welcome to another episode today on Mundo Milita. In this video, we will talk about a Russian speech that is becoming increasingly common and frequent in Russia. I am referring to the retaking of Alaska, a region sold by Russia to the United States in the 19th century. In the second half of the 19th century, the Russian Empire was gigantic, starting from present-day Poland, including Finland, all of Central Asia, passing through the Far East and reaching Alaska. However, due to serious health problems and serious social issues, such as slavery and a very inefficient feudal system, the Russian Empire was on the verge of bankruptcy, unable to monetize its almost endless natural riches. At that time, Alaska, with 1,600,000 square kilometers, more or less the same area as the state of Amazonas, the largest Brazilian state, was populated by just 2,000 Russians who worked in the very profitable fur business. But the Russian Empire, almost bankrupt, was unable to guarantee the security of its operations in that region. With Tsar Alexander II fearing that the British, present in the area through their colony, Canada, could attack and annex that vast territory. Faced with the imminent risk of losing territory and unable to guarantee the safety of operations in the area, Tsar Alexander II began negotiations in March 1867 for the sale of Alaska to the United States. A negotiation brokered by then Secretary of State William H. Seward. The deal was very frowned upon in the United States, with public opinion classifying it as authentic madness. But even in the face of criticism, the deal went ahead, with the United States writing, on March 30th of that year, a check for $7,200,000. A real bargain, especially considering that just a few decades later gigantic reserves of oil and natural gas were found in the region. The sale of Alaska was a perfectly legal deal from the point of view of international law, both at the time and today. With a world full of similar negotiations, including in Brazil, with the Baron of Rio Branco mediating in 1903 the purchase of Acre from Bolivia for £2 million, the equivalent today of £170 million, or just over $1 billion reais. But despite the total legality in matters involving Alaska, now in 2022, a strange discourse involving the retaking of Alaska has been growing in Russia. This is not a conversation between blogs or YouTubers, but rather among top politicians, with Vyacheslav Volodin, the Speaker of the Duma, the lower house of the Russian parliament, giving a speech in July, saying that Moscow could begin to claim ownership from Alaska, with Volodin even suggesting that Russia demand that Russian officials enter Alaska to hold a popular referendum to find out the real desire of the local population, whether they want to remain North American citizens, or whether they want to become Russians, asking for the return of Alaska to Russia, saying that it is Russia's right to retake that territory. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, the old Russian propaganda machine working at full speed with the aim of increasing the patriotism of its population in the midst of a war of aggression that they launched against Ukraine. When the Speaker of the Russian Parliament and other top figures in that country say they want to retake Alaska, what they want to do is, first, to irritate and cause entropy in relations between Russia and the United States. And secondly, they want to divert some attention to what is happening in Ukraine and, at the same time, encourage the patriotic spirit. There is no doubt on either side that Russia's retaking of Alaska is completely out of the question, and that it is all really just a product of the Kremlin's gigantic propaganda machine. And if you liked the video and want to encourage the channel, don't forget to leave a like here and share with your friends.